Imagine finding a single quarter in your change jar and discovering it's worth $1.6 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, today we're diving into the story of a 1979 D. Washington $quarter coin and whether one could really make you a millionaire. The Washington quarter has been part of American pockets since 1932, honoring our first president. The D Mint mark you see just to the right of Washington's hair ribbon stands for the Denver Mint, one of the U.S. Mint's busiest facilities. In 1979, millions of quarters rolled off the Denver presses. Most of them, ordinary pocket change. But, as with many coins, a tiny number left the mint with unusual errors or unique qualities. And that's where the real treasure hunt begins. Asterisk, a standard 1979 D quarter in circulated condition is worth face value. Even in uncirculated shape, most sell for just a few dollars. So why the talk about $1.6 million? That comes from extremely rare variations and sometimes from a bit of online exaggeration. Asterisk, for a quarter to reach staggering values, it must combine extreme rarity with collector demand. Double strikes, off-center designs, or wrong planchet errors. Graded MS-68 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC. Sometimes the coin has a story, like coming from a special mint set or being the only known example of its type. The $1.6 million figure floating around is usually tied to unverified claims or hypothetical value if the perfect error coin in flawless grade were to appear at auction. To date, no verified 1979 D quarter has sold for that amount, but some rare errors have still fetched thousands. Asterisk, the highest confirmed sales for 1979 D Washington quarters have been in the low thousands, not millions. For example, in pristine MS-68 grade, some have sold for $1,000 to $3,000. Rare mint error examples have pushed above $5,000. That's still a life-changing find, just not quite buy a yacht money. Asterisk, if you've got a 1979 D quarter, here's what to do. Look for the D, just beside the hair ribbon. Little to no wear, full details, strong luster, off-center strikes, doubled images, unusual colors. Wrong planchet errors often weigh differently than the standard 5.67 grams. If you think it's special, don't clean it. Cleaning destroys value. Asterisk, to sell a valuable coin, get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. This protects you from lowball offers and gives buyers confidence. You'll get a tamper-proof holder showing the coin's grade and authenticity, and that's the ticket to top dollar. Asterisk, sell at major coin auctions like Heritage or Stack's Bowers. Contact reputable coin dealers. Use trusted online platforms, but only with secure payment protection. Avoid quick cash buyers at flea markets or pawn shops unless you've already had the coin valued. Asterisk, so, could your 1979 D quarter be worth $1.6 million? Probably not. But if it's a rare error in pristine condition, it could still bring a small fortune. Check your change. You never know. Your next cup of coffee could come with a side of treasure. Asterisk, if you want, I can also make a visual storyboard with recommended B-roll shots and on-screen graphics so the script is production ready. Hi there, treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts. Ever pulled a 1987 D Washington quarter from your pocket and wondered, could this be worth a fortune? Well, there are rumors floating around that one might be worth $1.5 million. But what's the real deal? Today we're diving deep into that claim. I'm your name, and if you've got old coins and hope they're hiding massive value, you're in the right place. Let's separate the myths from the facts. Someone says their 1987 D Washington quarter is worth $1.5 million. Sounds incredible, but is it based on reality or wishful thinking? Spoiler alert, it's likely the latter. The 1987 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver with a whopping 655 million coins produced, so it's heavy in the marketplace, but not rare. Wikipedia. Typically, circulated coins are worth face value up to about $1 NGC coin identifier. Uncirculated MS-63 to MS-65 can fetch $5 to $7 at McSousa Coinbook. High grade, mint state examples, MS-65, MS-66, are in the $15 to $23 range coin identifier AppMex. Rare top grades like MS-67 have sold around $400 to $700 PCGS plus one coin identifier. So where do these wildly high numbers come from? Often they're tied to errors or misstrikes. For example, mule errors, using the wrong dies, can net hundreds of thousands due to extreme rarity the sun, but there's no evidence of a 1987 D quarter fetching $1.5 million at auction. No documented sales support that figure. Error coins are exciting, and some types like off-center strikes, double dies, or mule errors can bring premium prices. Wikipedia. Yet even the most dramatic modern quarter errors rarely break into the six-figure range unless extremely rare. The Sun Plus 1 F4 instance. A mule involving a Sacagawea dollar and quarter obverse sold for over $88,000. The Sun. If you've got a 1987 D quarter and want to see if it's worth more than just 25 cents, here's what to do. Examine it closely. Look for errors like missing letters, doubling, off-center strikes. Check its grade, use a loupe or magnifier. Better yet, submit it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Compare recent sales. MS67 quarter sold for about $400 to $700. Not millions. Coin identifier PCGS. Consider expert appraisal, especially if you suspect it's an error coin. A normal 1987 D quarter is not worth $1.50 million. At most are worth face value unless you have an unusual error or top grade example. Grades. MS67 have sold for up to $700. Not millions. PCGS plus one coin identifier. Always check for errors, get grading if needed, and consult reliable sale records. If you enjoyed this myth-busting deep dive and want more coin collecting guidance, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Got a coin you're curious about? Drop a photo in the comments and we might feature it in a future video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next coin adventure. Why this works for your audience: 30 to 70 years old, clear, believable presentation grounded in verified data. Dispel sensational myths without judging. Perfect for cautious, value-minded viewers. Visual aids and step-by-step guidance help with comprehension and retention. Empowers them to take real action, grading, research, expert help without hype. Let me know if you'd like help producing visuals, B-roll ideas, or scripting for donations or calls to action. You might have one of these in your pocket, a humble 1992 P. Washington quarter. But what if I told you it could actually be worth a small fortune? Maybe not $1.5 million, but enough to spark your collector's heart. 2. Overview and value. Reality, 0:45 to 2 o'clock, on camera. Show simple graphics, face values versus collector values. A standard circulated 1992 P quarter is usually only worth 25 cents, or up to $1 to $2 if uncirculated US coins. Guide coin value checker. But if you've got a gem quality coin, things get more interesting. 3. Scarcity in high grades, 2 to 330, mint figure bar chart, 384 million coins minted. Wikipedia. Philadelphia minted a whopping 384 million of these coins. Wikipedia, so they're common. Still, higher graded versions are very rare. In MS65, they're uncommon. MS66, only a few hundred exist. MS67 coins? Fewer than 10 known, and none. Finer. PCGS coin value checker. In fact, one MS67 piece sold for about $764 back in 2017. Coin value checker. 4. Why they can be valuable. 3:30 to 5 o'clock. Why such a jump? It's all about rarity and condition. Grading services like PCGS or NGC assess every scratch, strike, and luster. A pristine coin in a high grade could fetch significantly more than face value. The Sun Plus 1. Though those examples relate to pennies, the principle holds. $1.5 million value? 5 to 6 o'clock. You doing a skeptical look. 1992 P quarters are worth $1.5 million. That's not rooted in reality for this coin. No verified sale has reached anywhere close to that. The truth? They're collectible, but not that collectible. 6. What you should do if you own one. 6 to 7:30, steps on screen. Inspect condition, look for wear, scratches, clarity of details. Consider grading. Having it graded MS65 Plus can massively boost value. Check auction records, like the $764 sale for MS67 coin value checker. Sell wisely. Choose platforms like Heritage Auctions or eBay listings with graded examples. So what's the takeaway? Most 1992p Washington quarters will only get you pocket change, unless you're holding an ultra-rare, razor-sharp mint state piece. In that case, you could be sitting on a few $100s, maybe more. Drop a comment if you've got one you think is special. Describe its condition, maybe send a pic. And if this story helped you separate myth from value, subscribe for more coin insights. Why this works for your audience: clear, no jargon, respectful of their experience. No false hopes, realistic, responsible information. Grading and selling tips. Comments, visuals, and clear narrative structure. If you'd like visuals or pacing suggestions, I can help fine-tune further. Have you ever held a common coin and wondered, could this be worth a fortune? Today, we're looking at the famed 1995 D quarter with a claimed market value of $1.6 million. Let's separate fact from fiction and help you understand its real value if you're thinking of selling. Overlay of mint stats and coin close-ups. Voiceover. The 1995 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver. Over 1.1 billion were made at Mexico. Because of this huge mintage, most remain in circulation or modest condition, and only extremely high-grade specimens like MS67 or better are scarce PCGS. So what are these coins actually worth? According to the NGC price guide, circulated 1995, D quarters go for just 30 cents to 85 cents NGC coin. High-grade uncirculated coins, MS65, might reach around $7. MS67 can go for $50 to $300. Coin value checker lidkeylincoln.com. One reference even lists the coin at $16 plus in pristine mint condition USA coin book. But nowhere is evidence of a $1.6 million sale. Dramatic headlines, myth-busting overlays. So where did the $1.6 million figure come from? Likely from internet hype or confusion with extremely rare error coins, or coveted historical pieces entirely different from the 1995 D quarter. It's a good reminder. Always check trusted sources before accepting viral valuations. Step-by-step checklist graphics, grading, certification, dealers, check its condition. Grading makes a big difference. Get it certified by experts like NGC or PCGS, especially for high grades. Research auction history for similar coins in similar grades. Sell through reputable channels, auction houses, or established dealers for best transparency and value. Mis-selling based on inflated claims can create mistrust and hurt your chances of getting fair offers. Key takeaways highlighted. The 1995 D Washington quarter is very common, over 1 billion minted. Its face value far exceeds market value in most cases. Even top-grade coins are only worth hundreds of dollars, not millions. Always seek expert grading and realistic valuations. Have you unearthed a coin that looks ordinary, but might be special? Share your coin stories or photos in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you want more honest coin value breakdowns. We're diving deep into the story of the 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarter, why some of these coins are considered so valuable, and how you can tell if the one in your pocket change could be a jackpot. If you've got a jar of old coins lying around, you might want to grab it after this video, because you could be sitting on a fortune. First, let's go back to 1967. This was an unusual year for US coinage. In 1965, the US Mint had stopped using silver in quarters because of rising silver prices. By 1967, quarters were made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, no silver at all. But here's where it gets interesting. From 1965 to 1967, no US coins carried mint marks. This was done to discourage coin hoarding during a time when people were saving coins for their silver content. So when we talk about the no mint mark 1967 quarter, it's not an error, it's intentional. But within this year, there are some extraordinary rarities that make certain quarters worth a fortune. You might be wondering, how could a common 1967 quarter possibly reach a market value of $1.40 million? The truth is, the everyday 1967 quarter you find in circulation is worth about 25 cents, maybe a few dollars in high-grade condition. But a handful, and we mean just a handful, have unique qualities that send collectors into a bidding frenzy. Coins graded MS68 or MS69 by PCGS or NGC can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual planchet errors from this period are extremely rare. Sometimes a coin's history or connection to a major collection adds huge value. The $1.4 million figure often refers to an unconfirmed high-end private sale for a near-perfect specimen with an extraordinary error, the kind of coin that doesn't show up in your everyday change. But the point is, these rare finds do happen, and they can change someone's life overnight. So, how do you know if your 1967 quarter is special? Here's what to look for. Condition coins that look brand new, with no scratches, strong luster, and sharp details are worth sending to a grading service. Errors check for double lettering, off-center designs, or missing elements. Look at the rim. An unusual thickness or partial collar strike could be valuable. Weight: the standard 1967 quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, it might be struck on the wrong planchet. Professional grading: use trusted services like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade certification can turn a $50 coin into a $5,000 coin or more. Remember, never clean your coin. Cleaning can destroy 90% of its value instantly. First, get it authenticated and graded. Then, consider selling through reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. You can also use online marketplaces, but be careful, scammers target inexperienced sellers. High-end buyers will pay more if they trust the coin's authenticity and condition. So, is your 1967 no-mint Mark Washington quarter worth $1.4 million? Probably not, but it could still be worth far more than face value. And even if you don't strike it rich, searching through your coins is a fun and potentially rewarding hobby. The next time you get change at the grocery store, take a closer look. You never know. History and fortune could be sitting right there in your hand. Thanks for watching, and if you love learning about valuable coins and hidden treasures, hit that subscribe button. Your old change might just change your life. Check out my other videos on rare coins that have sold for thousands. You might have one in your pocket right now. If you want, I can also make you a time-stamped outline and pacing guide so the script naturally runs about 10 minutes with room for pauses, visuals, and emphasis. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered, could that simple quarter be worth a fortune? Today, we dive into the story behind the 2021 P. Washington, crossing the Delaware quarter. With a Philadelphia P. mint mark, it's not obvious, but under the right conditions, one of these quarters could be valuable. Let's explore what's real and what's hype. It's a business strike quarter released April 5, 2021, by the Philadelphia Mint, featuring Washington crossing the Delaware, released as a one-off after the America the Beautiful series ended. CoinWeek Wikipedia mintage: about 838 million coins, plenty out in circulation. Wikipedia: most quarters are worth just face value, or at most $1 or $2 if uncirculated. CoinWeek Graysheet: USA coin book: for most people, these coins are just pocket change. Not a fundamental jackpot. So where does the $1 million myth come from? 2:003:30 In rare cases, misattributed or mistaken claims emerge online about quarters worth millions. But there's no documented sale of a 2021 P quarter for $1.30 million. A PCGS MS69 2021 P sold for about $2,800 on eBay 2023. Coin value checker: high grade MS67. MS68 raw coins typically fetch $1, $2, and max out in the low hundreds for graded premium conditions. CoinWeek +1 Graysheet conclusion: the $1.3 million value is not grounded in any verifiable transaction. Graded coins, especially PCGS or NGC in MS67 Plus or MS68, 69 condition, can sell for $40 to $440. CoinWeek +1 common mint-made errors include double dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, and planchet issues. Coin identifier: Wikipedia: a die chip or unusual minting error on 2021 P may push value to around $1,500 on eBay. eBay: another variant with a double horizon error, listed for under $10, but actual collectible value depends on market interest. eBay: bottom line: errors in rare, authenticated cases drive prices into the hundreds or thousands, not millions. Look closely with a magnifying lens for design misalignments, doubling, die cracks, or unusual marks. If you think you've found a gem, consider grading with NGC or PCGS. It bolsters credibility and value. Use auction platforms like eBay or Great Collections to see what similar specimens are selling for. CoinWeek Plus One celebrate found value. Whether it's a few dollars or a few hundred, it's still tax-free bonus cash in your pocket. Segment 5. Myth versus Reality Recap 8:00:9:00 Myth Reality 2021 P quarter equals $1.3 million. No proof. No sale corroborates that. Every 2021 P quarter is valuable. Most are worth just face value. Errors equals instant fortune. Errors can increase value, but typically in the low thousands at most. So next time you find a shiny 2021 P quarter, don't dismiss it, but don't expect a blockbuster payday either. If there's a visible mint error or your coin is in stellar, uncirculated condition, getting it graded could be worth your while. The treasure is in the hunt, and that's part of the magic. Share this with friends or family who check change in jars. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun gems from the world of coin collecting. Final thoughts. While the idea of a single quarter being worth $1.3 million is captivating, the reality is far more modest, but still rewarding. Real value comes from knowing what you're holding and celebrating that rare find, no matter the size of the reward. Let me know if you'd like voiceover prompts or on-screen text suggestions to go with this script. Hello, coin enthusiasts! If you've ever stumbled upon a 1993 P Washington quarter and wondered, could this be worth a fortune? Today's video is for you. Let's sort fact from fiction and explore just how much these quarters are truly worth. Voiceover over close-up shots of the coin. The 1993 P quarter, minted in Philadelphia, is one of the most common Washington quarters, with a hefty mintage of 639 million coins. Wikipedia. Most circulated 1993 P quarters are worth their face value, just 25 cents. US Coins Guide. Uncirculated coins graded MS60 to MS65 go for about $1 to $12, and high-grade MS67 coins can fetch up to $225. Coin Value Checker U.S. Coins Guide. A top-grade MS66 specimen actually sold at auction for around $780 in 2022. PCGSU.S. Coins Guide. Even online listings like USA Coin Book show uncirculated pieces usually going for under $10, or modestly more in ideal condition. USA Coin Book. Now, you may have seen internet rumors or flashy listings claiming a 1993 P quarter is worth $1.5 million. That's almost certainly false. Here's why. There's no known error, mule, or rare variety credited for the 1993 P quarter that could command such a price. Coin Value Checker USA Coin Book Numismatic Database. Modern mintage errors that become valuable, like mule coins, are typically extremely rare and well documented in numismatic literature. Wikipedia, +1. No verified sale or auction record supports a $1.5 million valuation for this coin. That said, rare coin variety errors can be extremely valuable. Take, for instance, a triple struck, off-center 1993 quarter graded MS66 sold for around $780, which is significant, but far from $1 million. US Coins Guide. Truly rare modern coin errors, like certain mule penny varieties, have sold for tens of thousands or more. The Sun +1. But these are exceedingly uncommon and are well recognized in numismatic circles. So, what should you do if you think your coin might be valuable? Avoid cleaning or altering the coin in any way. It can destroy its value. Inspect for sharpness of detail, doubling, off-center strikes, or other unusual markings. Get it professionally graded by reputable services like PCGS or NGC for certified value. Research past auction or sale records of similar coins. When in doubt, consult a trusted coin dealer or auction house. In short, the average 1993 P Washington quarter is worth around 25 cents to maybe a few $100s if it's in exceptional graded condition. Not $1.50 million. But that doesn't mean every coin is worthless, rare. Error varieties do attract premium prices. The key is being informed, cautious, and realistic. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like and subscribe, and feel free to share what coins you've found in your change. Hi everyone! If you're holding a 1987 Washington quarter with a P mint mark and wondering if it's a gold mine, today we'll explore its true value, why the $1.5 million claim is not accurate, and how to know what your coin might really be worth. You might have seen headlines or videos saying a 1987 P quarter is worth $1.5 million. That's incredibly misleading. There's no verifiable record of any 1987 P Washington quarter selling, or even being listed for anywhere near that amount. In fact, most reputable sources show a much more modest range. Here's what actual coin value sources reveal. A circulated 1987 P quarter is worth its face value, 25 cents. Uncirculated, low-grade, MS60. Examples sell for about $1 to $2. Higher uncirculated grades, MS65, go for around $18, $20. The top-graded coin, MS67, has sold at auction for approximately $425 to $690, depending on the grader and sale. Coin value checker U.S. Coins Guide PCGS1 price guide claims values can range up to $100,000, but those are speculative estimates with no confirmed sales to support them. Numismatic database. So while getting $400–700 for a perfect condition coin is plausible, anything approaching $1.5 million is not grounded in market reality. Million-dollar coin is click-attracting, even if it's completely false. Misinterpretation of speculative quotes or rare errors in other coin types, not 1987 P Washington quarters. Example, mule or major error coins, like mismatched designs or missing inscriptions, can fetch high prices, but these are extremely rare exceptions. The Sun +1 eBay +1 if you do suspect an error coin. Absolute certainty often comes only after professional authentication and grading. Is it circulated or uncirculated? Any signs of wear? Services like PCGS or NGC grade coins on the MS scale. Sometimes a well-graded coin can command hundreds. PCGS Coin Value Checker. Look for coins graded similarly to yours. True rarities exist, but they're not typical. Most 1987 P quarters are common. Start realistic. If your coin is ungraded and in good shape, expect maybe $20 to $50, not millions. If you believe it may grade MS65+, submitting for grading could increase its worth, but weigh grading fees against potential gain. If someone offers $1.5 million, that's almost certainly a scam or misinformed hype. Similar coins in similar conditions might sell for $300 to $700 at top grades. PCGS Coin Value Checker U.S. Coins Guide. In summary, the 1987 P Washington quarter is a modest but collectible piece, not a million-dollar treasure. Most of these are worth just their face value, while uncirculated specimens can fetch up to several $100s at most. If yours looks especially sharp, grading may improve its value, but don't expect a windfall. Knowledge is power. Do your research, get an honest assessment, and only sell when you feel confident. If you found this guide helpful, like and subscribe for more coin-selling wisdom. Got questions or suspect you have a rare error? Drop a comment below. I'd love to help. Imagine reaching into your pocket for spare change and pulling out a coin worth more than a luxury home. Sounds unbelievable, right? But today we're talking about a coin that has collectors buzzing, the 1966 no-mint mark Washington quarter. Some reports claim one sold for a jaw-dropping $1.40 million. Is it true? What should you look for? And could you be holding one of these treasures without even knowing? Stick with me. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin so valuable, how to identify it, and the best ways to sell rare coins for top dollar. Let's start with a little history. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the years, its design stayed mostly the same, but the 1960s brought big changes. In 1965, the United States Mint stopped using 90% silver for quarters and switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition because silver prices were rising. And in 1965, 1966, and 1967, the Mint did not use mint marks on coins at all. This was done to discourage coin hoarding during the silver shortage. So, a no-mint mark on a 1966 quarter isn't automatically rare. Almost all of them don't have one. But here's where the story gets interesting. Some 1966 quarters have special characteristics or minting errors that can make them worth a fortune. The 1966 quarter that allegedly sold for $1.4 million wasn't just any coin pulled from circulation. It was a mint state coin in perfect condition, graded by a top grading service like PCGS or NGC, and likely had a highly unusual minting error. A coin graded MS67 or MS68 can be exponentially more valuable than one with scratches, and where if it's one of only a handful known in that condition, demand skyrockets. Striking errors, double dies, off-center strikes, or wrong planchet errors can make a coin unique. Sometimes, coins with famous sales histories command higher prices. For example, some 1966 quarters have been found struck on 90% silver planchets instead of clad, a leftover mistake from 1964 to 65. Others show strong double dies, where parts of the design are doubled under magnification. The $1.4 million claim often comes from headlines and auction rumors, but even without hitting that mythical figure, the right coin could still be worth thousands. Look at the coin's edges. If you see no copper color and it's all silver colored, it might be struck on a silver planchet. Check for doubling on the date 1966 or the word Liberty. Examine the coin's overall condition. Coins that look brand new with no scratches and full original shine could be mint state. Weigh the coin. A clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams, while a silver planchet one should weigh around 6.25 grams. If you think you've found something, don't clean it. Cleaning coins destroys collector value. Instead, have it evaluated by a professional grading service. As of now, the coin collecting market is strong, especially for rare U.S. coins. While a standard 1966 quarter in circulated condition is worth only face value, special error coins in pristine grades have sold for thousands. A high-grade MS68 example can fetch over $10,000. A silver planchet 1966 error has brought in over $15,000 at auction. And yes, some one-of-a-kind examples, especially with dramatic mint errors, could command six figures, though the $1.4 million figure is extremely rare and often tied to unique collector circumstances. If you have the right coin, today's market could make it a life-changing find. Use PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. Check sites like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers to see recent sales. They'll rarely offer true market value. eBay works for lower value coins, but for rare pieces, go with a reputable coin auction house. High-end coins often sell privately between collectors, sometimes for more than public auction prices. So, could you be holding a 1966 no-mint mark Washington quarter worth $1.4 million? It's rare, but not impossible. The key is knowing what to look for, getting it verified, and selling it the right way. Check your change, check those old jars, and who knows? The next coin you find could be worth more than you ever imagined. I'm $1 Coins. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin tips, and happy treasure hunting. If you'd like, I can also prepare a visual shot list and on-screen text plan so your editor knows exactly what to show during each section. That would make your video look far more professional and engaging. Do you want me to prepare that next? High coin collectors and treasure hunters. Ever heard that a 1981 P Washington quarter with a P mint mark might be worth an astonishing $1.4 million? Well, today we're going to separate fantasy from reality, including what this coin is actually worth and how a flipping myth captured your imagination. Get ready, what seems common might still be surprisingly valuable. Show slides of the coin's obverse and mint mark. Table of mintage. The 1981 P quarter was minted in Philadelphia with the P mint mark behind Washington's ponytail. Over 601 million of these were produced. Wikipedia. Because of that large quantity, they're one of the most common quarters from the 1980s.ASA result. In average circulated condition, these are typically worth just face value around 25 cents or a little more, depending on condition. Coin trackers, Coin Value Checker, BOLD, precious metals charts, or numbers showing values by grade. Circulated condition, typically 25 cents to 75 cents. Bold, precious metals, Coin Value Checker, NGC coin. Roughly $1.50 to $6. Bold, precious metals, USA coin book. Coin trackers. These are rare, up to $70. With only about 3 known examples. Bold, precious metals, Coin Value Checker, USA coin book. 0.1 MS67 sold online for $700 in 2018. Bold, precious metals, Coin Value Checker. So, unless your coin is a rare gem in top mint condition, it clearly isn't worth anywhere near $1 million. So, where did the $1.4 million number come from? It's likely confusion with rare error coins. These are notable mistakes like off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or double strikes. Error coins can fetch high sums, but even the most dramatic modern errors seldom cross into the seven-figure range. For example, one elaborate flip-over double strike error from 1981 sold for about $7,000 coin value checker. That's impressive, but still far from $1 million. To reach $1.4 million, a coin would have to be an exceptionally rare misstrike, verified, authenticated by major grading services, and accompanied by a strong provenance. That does not exist, at least not publicly, for the 1981 P quarter. Examine it, use good lighting or a magnifier to check for wear, mint mark clarity, and any visible anomalies. Grade it. If it looks in excellent condition, get it graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. Research similar sales. MS-67 examples go for up to $70 or, rarely, a few $100. Bold precious metals coin value checker. Check for errors. Find an expert who can tell you whether it's an error coin like a double strike or clipped planchet. Genuine, high-grade error coins may bring a few $1,000s, but again, generally not more. So, while it may not be a $1.4 million coin, checking could still uncover a hidden gem worth more than just face value. So, is it worth that much? Extremely unlikely, but that's also why it's worth digging in. Let curiosity and careful grading, not headlines, guide your treasure hunt. If you like this breakdown, hit the like button, subscribe for more coin collecting deep dives, and share your finds in the comments below, because sometimes old change really does hold hidden value. Hi, coin collectors and curious viewers. Today we're diving into the 1976 D Bicentennial Washington Quarter and answering the sensational question: could one of these be worth a staggering $1.6 million? Let's explore the facts, the rare error types, and how to really assess value. The 1976 D Bicentennial Quarter was minted in Denver and produced in huge numbers, over 860 million in clad metal. Wikipedia +1. Under normal circumstances, these coins are practically only worth their face value, unless they're uncirculated or feature rare errors. Typical 1976 D quarters in circulated condition are worth around 25 cents, while high-quality, uncirculated specimens may sell for up to around $5 to $6 coin trackers. In top mint state grades like MS-68, values can reach a few $1,000s, roughly $4,350 coin value checker, and some sources note they might fetch up to $6,000 SD bullion +1. The filled D mint mark error, where the D is partially filled with metal. These can be worth over $20 plus to $50 plus depending on grade. Coin identifier. Double die obverse errors, where features like Liberty or the drummer are duplicated. A Denver quarter with a double die obverse graded MS-66 sold for over $8,000 coin value checker. So what about the claim that a 1976 D quarter could be worth $1.6 million? This figure is not supported by any credible auction records or grading authority. It's likely based on sensational internet rumors or misinterpretations. At this time, no verified sale of a 1976 D quarter has even come near that amount. Look for filled mint marks, double dies, or die cracks. Send to PCGS, NGC, or another trusted grading service before selling. Online auctions, Heritage, eBay, coin fairs, and experienced dealers are best. Ensure clear images and provenance. While most 1976 D quarters are worth face value or a few dollars, rare error varieties in top condition can sell for thousands, not millions. That said, if you think you have something unusual, it's absolutely worth getting it professionally examined. Liked this video? Hit the subscribe button for more coin gold digging tips, and comment below if you found something extraordinary in your change.